Hey, welcome everyone. It's a new season, and I got the head coach of the Warsaw Tigers, Coach Bart Curtis, with me. And Coach, you and I were talking just before off camera there. It's good to be back, and everyone's kind of excited, and the purpose of this show is to kind of talk about a little of the background information and what it takes to get the program up and off the ground and ready to run for the regular season.
It is good to be back. It's good to be, this provides some sense of normalcy for my life, and it is good to be back around the kids and the coaches and my director of football operations. And you know, every year it's getting started, and you know, you do all this stuff all summer, and then you've got a week. We always give a week off before the season starts. So coming back on that first day, which was a week ago today, August 1st, it makes it a little challenging to kind of get geared up again and make sure everything's in order, make sure all the paperwork's in order, make sure equipment-wise everything's going. And then you were part of picture day on Saturday, so you know what that's like. I thought one of the more smooth picture days we've had. Absolutely. And we've had a lot of smooth ones. Right. I think it was an hour and 8 minutes with 110 kids and 18 adults. So that's not terrible.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
that's outstanding. As a matter of fact, I've been to them where it's taken 3 hours to get it done.
Yeah,
so.
we were in and out of there fairly quickly, and yeah, it is.
Very efficient. Came
back on today, on Monday, and had what I would call a successful return practice after a day and a half off. I always worry on that Monday after the first week that you know, somebody will have a bump or a bruise pop up that you weren't aware of on Saturday.
Right.
We had a successful parents practice on Saturday. Mm-hmm. So all in all, you know, you don't play the game based on feelings, you don't play it on paper. But all in all, so far, so good.
Things are heading in the right direction. Yes, Coach, I want to talk for a moment here about all of the background stuff that people, I mean, obviously everyone comes Friday night and they see the game and actually going on there. And people got a pretty good grip on the fact, you know, the kids practice hard, the coaches are coaching hard and all that kind of thing. But there's other background people, and I've got an interview coming up here, for instance, with our Moms Club and what an integral part of the whole program they play.
We'd be in big trouble without their support and their spirit and you know, like today, feeding the kids. Thursday night, organizing our parent picnic. Mm-hmm. You know, MAXIN KOONTZ and her, you know, I call them a small army of football moms, and it really is.
They are.
It is amazing that her leadership, and you know, she's been doing this now for several years, and thank God Cole KOONTZ is only a sophomore.
Yeah, we're in good shape.
Yeah, so we're good for this year plus 2 more. But the way she has done it and her leadership style, I'm sure there'll be somebody who's waiting in the wings that'll be willing and able to step in for her. But she does it in such a fashion that she's very mindful about when to approach me about things. Mm-hmm. She's very mindful about, you know, what boundaries to cross as far as where can moms, dads, fans be, where shouldn't they be, what part of the S building.
Right.
But just so organized and so helpful, and we would be in big trouble without their support and what they do for their boys and for the coaches.
Right. Well, you know, and that's one thing too. And I mean, we're talking like today, they're feeding roughly 100 people.
Yeah.
And then when we throw in the freshman crew, I mean, they give the kids meals, you know, before or after a game, for instance. During Saturdays, there's certain times that they provide breakfast for the kids. Yeah. You know, we got, like you said, the picnic that just took place last week. So there's just so many times where the Moms Club is involved, obviously in preparing food and getting the kids ready for that, but also in taking care of the locker rooms, even decorating the locker rooms and things of that nature. There's just all kinds of activities they're involved in.
They provide a lot of behind-the-scenes support and spirit and encouragement for our kids, and you know, it doesn't go unnoticed. They're very appreciated.
Well, you know, and then also there's the paperwork aspect of this, and I know Coach Fraz has been deeply involved in that. And every player has about, 5 or 6 different sheets of paper that they've got to turn in?
We got it down to a physical, and then you got to register My Athlete online with that registration process. And it was, it had some kinks a little bit, but I think by Tuesday, the majority of our kids last week were in compliance. So, he did a nice job of that. Amy Berg inside helped a great deal with that.
We're going to have an interview with the secretaries here a little bit later in the show.
It's all new, so I think it's the second year they've done online registration. So
People are getting used to it.
Yeah, and I've not been on the parent end of that, but I've heard that it takes between 5 and 10 minutes, and then you're good for any sport you play that for the rest of the year.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. All right, Coach, let's get down to the meat of things and what things are going to be happening here as far as it goes to. Obviously, we've got a scrimmage coming up here that's going to involve Fort Wayne North Side.
It is.
And that's going to be on Saturday. Friday, yes, Friday. And, of course, I think the Moms Club's involved in that because they're going to be feeding people, too, also.
Friday night, Fort Wayne Northside's coming in at 7 p.m. If you want to come out and support the Tigers and watch and kind of get an idea of what this year's group's going to look like, I think it'll be a good night. One of their administrators is a former Warsaw Tiger, and when he came and spoke, he brought his helmet that he earned.
Okay, there you go.
David Berg is an assistant principal, head of curriculum over there, and he and I were kind of the guys that set this whole thing up with Fort Wayne Northside. And, they're going to come over, and they're a highly talented team. And, we expect to be pushed and challenged, particularly defensively, with what they're going to bring with their high-octane offense. And then we'll all sit down together afterwards and eat pizzas.
There you go. That sounds good.
But this is David's helmet that he won.
There you go.
As in 1981.
Oh, wow. 81. Yeah, that's a while ago. All right, and then just speaking in general terms across the way here, defensive, offensive, special teams, obviously getting people ready and gearing things up in that direction, that seems to be all heading in the right direction for you.
I think it is. I'm not going to delve in this show to personnel.
Right.
But we've got a lot of kids with a lot of snaps under their belts, so we should be extremely competitive, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. We've got 8 starters returning on defense. We've got 3 of our 4 backs back on offense. Obviously on the offensive line, we graduated 7 seniors. There's a couple kids there with some significant snaps.
Right.
But, our goal is to be 1-0 every Friday night.
Absolutely.
And, everything we do is pushing toward that, with the end result being playing our best football in October and November.
Absolutely. Coach, one other thing I want to mention, because I know you're on a busy schedule here, you got things going here, but the first game of the season is going to feature the Michigan City Wolves will be coming to town. Always a great team they bring into, or when we go up there and play them. But I wanted to mention that we've got Hawaiian night coming that night, so there's going to be Hawaiian shirts on everybody, and we also have got some sunglasses that we're going to be handing out. The cheerleaders will be handing these sunglasses out, and those were brought are made available to us through Rock Hill Pennick, and they're Tiger sunglasses, and those will be handed out there. So it's really going to kind of be a big opening party here, and then we also have got some special recognition at halftime.
Yeah, Rocky Goshard, who retired after the last football season, will be honored. Pre-game kickoff, he put in 40 years.
Wow.
40 years.
Long time.
Of junior high football at Lakeview Middle School. And that's a lot of football.
Absolutely.
Think back what you were doing in 1982.
Right, exactly.
Okay, because that is when Rocky started coaching football at Lakeview. Okay, I had been out in fall of '82. I was a freshman at Manchester College.
There you go.
So that was a long time ago.
Right.
So he was just getting going, and his efforts, what he's done for Warsaw football the past 40 years, need to be recognized.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, we certainly want to wish you the best of luck here as we head into this brand new season. And as you said, there's a scrimmage coming up this Friday night. Fort Wayne North will be coming in for it's more of a controlled scrimmage type situation. Is that accurate?
It is, but it's our first chance to play somebody else.
Right.
In organized 11-on-11 football.
Right. And then, of course, the next following Friday will be in action as we open up the season against the Michigan City Wolves, which is going to be an outstanding game and just a great competition for the Tigers. Coach,
absolutely.
Thanks for spending some time with us. We wish you the best of luck as you head into this new season.
Thank you, David, and we'll see everybody this Friday night at the scrimmage.
You bet. We'll be back with more of the Bart Curtis preseason show right after this. And welcome back, everyone, to the Bart Curtis preseason show is what we're doing, and we're talking to a couple of the key guys on offense right now, a quarterback and a fullback, and I'll let them introduce themselves a little bit and tell us a little bit about what they do.
I'm Tucker Curtis. I'm the quarterback, and I'll just make sure our offense gets in the best play possible every play.
I'm Herman Flores. I'm the fullback, and my job is just to run straight and hit people.
And you do a good job of that, I might add. All right, guys, we've been a week and a half in practice, and then, of course, all summer long you guys are involved in the summer workouts and that kind of thing. So how would you guys evaluate what's been going on so far? Herman, we can start with you.
I say we're doing pretty good. We did start off like the first couple of days a little slow, but now that we got into our groove, we're really picking up speed and doing really well, actually.
Right. Tucker, would you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, I do agree with that. We did start a little slow because we had to get new people acclimated to their positions, because like my center, he'd never played offense in his high school career, and now he's my center, so we had to get used to that.
It's pretty important too, that exchange between you two guys.
Yeah, that was a little slow at the start, but now we're picking it up and we're rolling now, so we're looking pretty good.
Absolutely. All right, well, a lot of people are talking about this year's this incoming team, and there's a lot of experience on the defensive side of the ball, and you got several of you guys that are in the backfield that are back. I think probably the biggest question mark is our offensive line, and you mentioned the fact you had a center that's kind of a rookie at being a center, but how would you assess what's been going on with them so far?
I like how this year we're way more scrappy than last year. I mean, last year we had size and I think more strength, but this year we have more speed, and I think we're just more scrappy overall. And I like that. Like I don't think you need to be the biggest and toughest guy out there, but as long as you give 100% effort and go full speed, I'm happy with it. So
absolutely. Herman, have you been noticing those holes opening up as you take that football and the dive? I'll use the term dive because that's what most people know, but we call it something different. But go ahead.
At first it was a little bit of a struggle because you have guys that are new to the O-line, like our center. Right. But once they got into their groove, like it's basically like if it were the same O-line. These guys go out there thinking they're the best guys out there, and that's the mentality you want them to have. So when we go out there, they hit their blocks, and those gaps open up right away. It just makes it so much easier.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what's fun to watch, and of course we broadcast the home games, and I go to all the away games there, is when this offense is clicking, and of course you got to do the reads, but I tell you what, they better stop the fullback or they're going to have a long night. Now, and if they do stop you, there's a couple other options that they're going to have to stop too, which makes it such a dangerous offense, I always say. But Herman, when I've seen you hit that hole and that pops open, man, it's off to the races, and I'm on the radio usually, and there we go. I mean, I can go crazy on it there. So I really think that the offense and you guys' experience in the offense and running it, I think that's really going to go a long way in the team's success this year. Let's talk about goals for a moment here. You don't have to get real specific, but goals as far as it goes for the team. Herman, you want to start out?
Well, obviously that conference championship, coming up short last year.
Yeah.
That's a big one for the team, going as far as we can possibly go, going 1-0 every week and just trying to win every game we can. It's probably the biggest goal we got right now.
Okay. Tucker, what do you think?
I mean, I completely agree with what Herman said. It's a bitter moment when we came up short, in the conference championship. But I know all the seniors, we always want to go 1-0 every game, every day. And, win the conference championship, look forward a couple weeks later, sectionals, and let's make it even farther, and let's get a regional title this year.
Absolutely. Well, guys, we wish you the best of luck. We're all so proud of you guys. You work so hard. I come out and I watch practices and see what's going on out there. And, you guys are hard workers. You got coaches out there that are working hard, too, to teach you how to play the game. And also, one thing I really respect about the program, too, as an older citizen, is how you guys address the coaches and the other adults and stuff. It's yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, and just, things that make you a better human being. And I think you guys just excel in that. And so we're extremely proud of you guys for not only being great football players and fun to watch on Friday nights, but for being good human beings. So we thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We'll be back with more of the Bart Curtis preseason show right after this. Perfect, guys. Thank you so much. And welcome back, everyone, once again to the Bart Curtis preseason show. And we just got done talking to some of the offensive guys, quarterback and fullback, and now I got the defensive guys with me here. And these guys just happen to be brothers, and they are seniors. And I think most everyone knows who the Catrus brothers are. And I know a number of our opponents know who you guys are because you knocked their heads off last year in a number of different games. So that is something that, and I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean in a completely legal and the way that it's supposed to be done. You guys just do a great job with that. All right, so defense, a lot of people buzzing and talking about this defense because there's so many of you guys that are back from last year's squad. So let's talk a little bit about how do you feel things are going. And Nick, we can start with you as far as it goes to so far as you've gone through the summer workouts and now we're into into practice.
I think we've been doing really well as a defense overall. We have a lot of people fighting for spots, so it brings competition in the positions and it makes people work even harder and everything.
All right, tell everyone the position you play.
Linebacker or middle linebacker.
All right, that's the guy that roams from sideline to sideline looking for things coming through the line, just so you know, everyone. I think most people know that. And Theo, yours is a little bit different job, but a very important part of the job that you do.
Yeah, so I'm the free safety, and then Trey KOONTZ is the strong safety, so I'm basically more of a coverage, like deep middle or like hitter, I guess, kind of linebacker hybrid-ish.
Right. Well, I definitely think that the defensive, too, and one thing that you guys have got, first of all, it is a unit that I think 8 or 9 of you guys are back in where you came from before. And, of course, you've got Coach Huber running things on the defensive side, and you got all your assistant coaches, your position coaches that are working real hard. What are some things that strike you about this defense that you feel is going to make you even better than you were last year?
I think our leadership this year is really good. All of our seniors are stepping up right now. We had a couple injuries in the summer. Colt kind of rolled his ankle, turf toe, but I think we're all going to be good for season. And our juniors are doing a great job too. Jet and Colt and all of them, they're leaders as well.
Yeah. I also think we're a lot deeper, around everywhere, especially up front. In the secondary, we're a little light, but we got some really good cats back there still. And like we said earlier, the competition makes everyone just be better in practice.
Yeah, I think physically, of course, you guys are known for your physicality in your own rights, but I think overall, probably the greatest, I think, and I've been around a long time, when you guys were playing Mishawaka that night up in Mishawaka, and you guys both know what I'm talking about. But there was a time period there from the end of the third quarter into the fourth quarter where there were 2 defensive teams going at each other's offense. And I am here to tell you, anyone that saw that, or if you need to look up film, I got to tell you, that may be the greatest exhibition of high school defense I've ever seen. I mean, you guys just went at you, and it's the same offenses that are going at you. So, I mean, the pounding, and I bet there wasn't much more than 20 yards exchanged, maybe 20 back and forth with each other there. So, it's that kind of toughness that has been brought to the program, and you guys uphold that so very well. Let's talk about some of the goals that you guys have as a team here overall.
I would say our first goal, or my first goal as a team, is to win the conference championship, and then after we win that, definitely win the sectionals and just keep advancing as far as we can go.
Absolutely.
I think more of a whole defense, I think it would be to hold teams under 14 points a game. I think we were at 20-ish last year, so drop it to under 2 touchdowns, and then maybe each game have less loafs than the one before. Right. I think people probably know what a loaf is by now.
Well, I think they do that. Being around Bart's program for 4 years.
Yeah, I think those are the 2 main goals.
Yeah. All right, now let's talk about something there. This is something that you kind of got to get inside people's heads with this there. But, when you guys strike somebody, now, obviously, as a linebacker, it's closer, so it's not quite as dramatic as when he does it. Mm-hmm. But nevertheless, what enters your mind? Is there any fear at all that you have in your mind as far as it goes to, hey, here comes a fullback or a halfback, I'm going to scrape off and knock him into next week? Do you have any reservations about that or what?
Not really, because I know if he is super big, you just chop his legs out either way.
Yeah, okay. And Theo, you've got kind of a mystique about you that people coming across the middle there, if they watch any of our game tape at all, they may catch the ball, but they might pay a price for it too. And there were a couple times where you even got a flag thrown against you, which was later picked up and changed because you were in no way, and of course you're not of that nature, and if we don't, it's not taught that way here, to attack a player using your helmet as a weapon. And you just, you light people up. What are your thoughts about that when you see someone coming across the...
I like it when it comes across the middle. I'm not trying to hurt any, it's easy. I don't know, especially when they're laying down like that. I mean, yeah, it's fun, but those are my favorite probably.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, the nature of the defense and the way you guys are coached and the way you guys put it all together there, I think it's just outstanding. So I think that the Tigers are definitely going to be something to deal with as a defensive unit. And as we all know, of course, the offense needs to do their part, and of course, the special teams needs to do their part also. But guys, thanks for spending some time with us here on the Bart Curtis preseason show, and we appreciate it. And we certainly wish you guys the best of luck as you head into this coming season.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Nice being on.
We'll be back with more of the Bart Curtis preseason show right after this.
MAXIN KOONTZ, and I am apparently president of the Moms Club. They put me in charge. I've been at it a few years. I've got several kids been through the program and still do, so I try to do the best I can to lead.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about all the different things that the Moms Club do, not only during season, but even preseason, postseason, all that kind of stuff. Let's talk a little bit about that, Max.
Okay, I think that, our main goal is to support our coaches, support our athletes, and support each other through all this. So when it comes to the coaches, we just help them in whatever they need in providing for the kids. A lot of the things that we do are things that Coach has done traditionally, and he likes to continue those things. So a lot of supporting the kids revolves around feeding them. So they get fed we feed the youth programs after camps. We feed them snacks every day. We feed them, we have picnics, we have our banquet. We're feeding them at their 2-a-day practice today. So we feed them after their away games.
Right.
So it's just a lot of coordinating and organizing of all that.
Right, and now when we talk about feeding the group of kids there, we're talking about how many kids are we feeding and coaches usually?
Today it's just grades 10 through 12, and we're planning on 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then when we throw the freshmen in there, that's another 35, 40 right there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a monstrous task. How do you guys... All right, so in doing all of this, I mean, obviously you can't do it by yourself, so who else do you got a number of people in the club, Moms Club.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
We have about 2 people from each class parents from each class that will serve as representatives, help disseminate information, so they help with the communication of things. But other than that, it's all hands on deck. Whoever can help donate things, donate time. We always let them know what we need, and then we take whatever help we can get.
Okay.
So the main job for me is just organizing all of that.
Which is a huge job.
It is.
We thank you very much for everything you guys do. It can't be done without the Moms Club, and that's true for Warsaw. And as I talk to coaches across the state, Moms Club play a very important role in making the whole program work. So thank you so much for your time, and thanks to everybody.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Thanks, Moms. Hey, Mom.